Ralf Rangnick recommends players to Manchester United's board ahead of Erik ten Hag arrival. Manchester United interim boss Ralf Rangnick has revealed he's recommended a couple of players to the club's board ahead of Erik ten Hag's arrival at Old Trafford. The Dutchman is set to be named United's new manager on a 3-year deal, with the announcement coming as early as this week. Rangnick will move upstairs into a 2-year consultancy role once ten Hag arrives, though the details of his exact role have been shrouded in secrecy. Nevertheless, the German is widely recognized as one of the finest operators in world football, and he's expected to work with ten Hag in some capacity to oversee the day-to-day running of the club. And Rangnick has confirmed that, though he believes the new manager should be given full autonomy over the players that are signed, he has recommended 2 players to the club's board that he feels are independent of who is the club's manager. Asked if the uncertainty over the club's new manager has affected the players, Rangnick disagreed. "I don't think so, no. The players have to give their very best, no matter who the next manager will be, and if he's announced in 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, I don't think that this affects the current situation we're in," said the German. But yes, of course it's important to know who will be the new manager, because to start the recruitment process, to find the best possible players only makes sense if you know who will be the manager and how does he want to play. There might be a couple of players, and I have already named those players to the board, that independent from formation, from style of football, and independent from a new manager, that could be of interest for a club like United. But in general, if you look at the size of the way the team needs to be rebuilt, it's not enough to bring in 3 or 4 new players. It will be more, bearing in mind how many players will no longer be here with the contracts running out. Bruno Fernandes involved in car crash ahead of Man United's match versus Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp names the one improvement Ralf Rangnick has made to Man United. Chelsea's Antonio Rudiger makes decision after Man United talks. United take on Liverpool at Anfield tonight and need all 3 points in order to keep their top 4 hopes alive. Rangnick admits his side are miles away from Liverpool but says the Reds' success shows his own expertise, as many of their players were signed from his projects at RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg. "They are good, they're extremely good," Rangnick said of Liverpool. "It's no coincidence that they're as good as they are. Jurgen has built that team in the last 6.5 years. 6 or 7 of those players used to be our players when we signed them for our clubs when nobody knew them. Again, it's no coincidence that this is probably the club with the highest number of players from our former clubs because their approach, their style of football, the way they want to play is pretty similar." More Tyson Fury breaks silence over Daniel Kinahan ahead of Dillian Whyte fight as WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman denies links. For more stories like this, check our sport page. Follow Metro Sport for the latest news on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.